Hi, I'm Nathaniel Johnston, NJohnston Photography. Today I'm going to be reviewing the Sony RX100 for focus camera. Sony really went above and beyond in designing this thing with a 1-inch sensor. It's much larger than your average pocket-sized point and shoot. What that translates to is much better high ISO capabilities and better low light capabilities. Good thing about this ring is that you can program it into just about any function you want, which is great. The one thing that I'm not too in love with it is that it's free rotating. Now, if you're going to use it for zoom or focus, that's awesome. But if I was going to use it as an aperture ring, or maybe for ISO settings or something like that, it might be nice to get some tactile feedback so that I know that it's actually functioning. One of the problems I have with most consumer wide-angle lenses is they're just not wide enough. And the Sony RX100 has one of those not quite wide enough wide-angle lenses. But for the price point, I think this camera is really nice. One of the great things about this camera is that you can take 10 pictures in a second. Even for a camera that's got a consumer-grade lens in it, you can really push in far when you're looking at the files on this thing. The detail is incredible, the resolution is great. You'd think that the glass on this thing would not be able to match the resolution of the sensor. And it certainly doesn't, but it holds up really well. The dynamic range on this 1-inch censored Sony RX100 looks really good. And you can certainly get a lot of detail with the 20 megapixel sensor. One thing that I'm not too excited about is that the zoom lens has kind of a grindy feel. As you zoom in and out, it feels like it's going gag, 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 gag. It's probably just the teeth engaging on whatever gears Sony has driving the mechanism. I'm recording video right now, and I'm zooming in with the zoom, and it's nice and smooth. Image stabilization is working well, and now it reaches the limit, and now it starts to digital zoom. And what you see, not only does your image get pixelated, but you see the zoom stop a little bit as it transitions from optical zoom to digital zoom. I don't like and I don't recommend anyone use is a digital zoom. The LCD screen on the back of the Sony RX100 is nice and bright, even in bright sunlight like this. I happen to know that the LCD screen on the back of the RX100 has 4 points. It has RGB and it also has a white point, which enables it to be really bright in light situations like this, or it enables you to save battery juice. One of the things that Sony wanted to make sure that you couldn't do was charge your battery outside of the camera. That was a big mistake because as shipped, you have to plug the battery into the camera and the camera into the wall so that you can charge the battery. You're limited to the length of the cable. Overall, the Sony RX100 is a fun little camera to shoot with. As long as you don't mind paying a little extra money, you get a much nicer sensor than your average point and shoot. And I think that that really pays off in this camera. I'm Nathaniel Johnston. If you want to see my photography, you can check out my website, www.njohnstonphotography.com. Thanks for watching Focus Camera TV. We'll see you next time.